These are the 10 best mods for Project Zomboid Build 42 multiplayer. At number 1, we have better auto mechanics. And this is one of the best multiplayer mods if you work on cars even a little bit. Leveling mechanics in multiplayer is usually slow and annoying, and this mod fixes that completely. With this mod, you can train mechanics with a single click. You open the mechanics menu on a car, right-click any part, and choose train mechanics. Your character will then start working on parts automatically. The best part is that the mod is smart. It knows when a car can no longer give you XP. If a vehicle is useless for training, the mod will warn you, so you don't waste your time or break parts for nothing. If zombies interrupt you, or you cancel the action by accident, that's not a problem. You can continue training from where you stopped. You don't start from zero again, and you don't waste your ability. Tooltips are much cleaner too, so you know what tools you need and how safe the action is before you start. There are sandbox settings as well. You can make training risky, balanced, or completely safe. Server owners can even enforce the settings for everyone, which is perfect for multiplayer servers. This mod works in single player and multiplayer. It's safe to add or remove mid-save, and it works with most vehicle mods like KI5. Just don't use it together with the old auto mechanics mod. Overall, better auto mechanics saves a huge amount of time and removes all the frustration from leveling mechanics. For multiplayer servers, this mod is almost a must-have. Do you want to make your own Project Zomboid server for you and your friends? Then you should check out this video sponsor, Pine Hosting. Pine Hosting makes setting up a Project Zomboid server fast and simple. You can create a server in just a few minutes. Their panel is easy to use and they offer high performance for a great price, with global locations and full DDoS protection. They also have a built-in workshop installer, so adding mods is straightforward. And if you're coming from another host, they can help you transfer your server over without any hassle. They host more than just Project Zomboid, games like Minecraft, Rust, and more. You can get 30% off your first month by using the code ZiubisPZ and using the link in the description. And thank you Pine Hosting for sponsoring this video. At number 2, we have Simple Overhaul Traits on Occupation, also called SOTO. This mod completely reworks traits and jobs in Project Zomboid, and it works really well in multiplayer. The main goal of the mod is balance. In vanilla, some traits are too strong, some are useless, and many jobs are just bad. SOTO fixes that. Overpowered traits get nerfed, weak traits get buffed, and almost every occupation becomes worth picking. The mod adds more than 40 new traits and 26 new occupations, all made to feel vanilla friendly. You get jobs like truck driver, miner, butcher, cleaner, lifeguard, junkyard worker, and many more. Each job has its own unique bonuses. One really cool feature is that traits can change while you play. You can gain new traits or lose bad ones over time. For example, you can become brave later, or quit smoking instead of being stuck with it forever. Everything is balanced for multiplayer. No cheating trait, no crazy bonuses, and no broken builds. The visual style also matches the base game, so nothing feels out of place. This mod is standalone, so you don't need any other mods to make it work. It works in both single player and multiplayer, but it's recommended to start a fresh save when using it, especially on servers. Just keep in mind that SOTO replaces the vanilla trait system, so it's not compatible with most other trait mods, so you should use SOTO by itself. Overall, if you want better balance, more variety, and more interesting characters in multiplayer, SOTO is one of the best trait mods you can install. At number 3, we have Project Summer Car, and this is a huge vehicle overhaul mod for Project Zomboid multiplayer. If you want cars to feel realistic and actually matter, this mod completely changes how vehicles work. This mod adds a full engine simulation system. Cars now have 18 different engine parts and 4 fluids. All of them affect performance. Things like spark plugs, pistons, crankshafts, oil, and coolant actually matter now. You can inspect your engine by opening the mechanics menu and right-clicking the engine. From there, you get a brand new engine menu where you can see all parts, their condition, and what they do. Every part has its in-game info, so it's easy to learn. You can upgrade cars with sport and racing parts, swap transmissions between vehicles, and even change your gear counts. Older damaged transmissions can slip, and worn engines will lose power and burn oil faster. Overheating is also a real danger. Bad radiators, broken fan belts, or low coolant can destroy your vehicle engine very quickly. Oil matters too. If your oil is dirty or low, your engine will slowly destroy itself while running. Windows also matter now. Broken or open windows will cause wind chill and reduce heater effectiveness. If your windshield is gone and it's raining, you'll get wet while driving. This mod works best together with realistic car physics, and it's fully compatible with multiplayer and most car mods like KI5 and Filibuster. You can add it mid-save, and it will update cars that already existed in the world. Overall, Project Summer Car turns vehicles into a real system instead of disposable tools. In multiplayer, this makes teamwork, maintenance, and resource management way more important. If you want deep, realistic car gameplay, this mod is a must-have. And number 4, we have Sapp's Cooking. And this is one of the best food and cooking mods you can ever use in Project Zomboid multiplayer. If vanilla cooking feels boring or repetitive, this mod adds a massive amount of new content. This mod adds over 40 new drinks, more than 500 food recipes, and over 500 new items, and even new weapons. When looting houses, stores, and kitchens, you'll find way more variety instead of the same few foods every time. Cooking becomes much more useful in multiplayer. You can make proper meals, snacks, desserts, and drinks, which helps a lot when playing long runs with friends. It also makes cooking feel worth the time instead of just throwing things in a pot. This mod is updated for build 42 and is multiplayer ready. You don't need to restart your save, but you do need to explore new areas to find the new items. Because build 42 is still unstable, it's always a good idea to back up your save, especially in servers. The creator also removes recipes if they become vanilla later, so the mod stays clean and you don't get bloated. New recipes are added often, and the mod keeps getting updated. Overall, Sapp's Cooking is perfect for multiplayer servers that want more food variety, better roleplay, and more reasons to use cooking skills. If you like survival runs that feel alive and detailed, this mod is 100% worth using. And number 5, we have functional gutters. And this mod makes rainwater collection way more realistic and useful in Project Zomboid multiplayer. In vanilla, rain collectors are kinda weird. You just place a barrel on the roof and that's it. With this mod, you can actually connect rain collectors to real roof gutters, just like in real life. Most pre-built houses already have gutters. All you need to do is place a rain collector on the same tile as the gutter drain, right-click it, and connect it using a pipe wrench. Once connected, the collector will gather water directly from the roof. You can also build your own gutter system for player-made bases. You place gutter pipes along the roof, connect them to a drain pipe, and then attach a collector at the bottom. Each gutter pipe collects rain from multiple roof tiles, making water collection much more efficient. This mod works in multiplayer build 42.13 and above. Server owners don't need to worry much, because it uses default settings for now and just works out of the box. It also supports vanilla rain collectors and modded ones, like useful barrels, as long as they use the new fluid system. Overall, functional gutters is amazing for long-term survival. It makes bases feel more realistic and saves space, and gives you a proper water system instead of random barrels everywhere. At number 6, we have Project RV Interior. And this mod lets you live inside vehicles in Project Zomboid multiplayer. If you like a nomadic playstyle, this mod is insane. This mod has a fully enterable interiors to trucks, vans, buses, and many special vehicles. You can walk inside, store, loot, sleep, cook, and even decorate the interior however you want. It supports over 200 different vehicle interiors, and almost every truck or van with 2 seats can have one. You can enter the interior by pressing V, either from the seat or from the trunk, depending on the vehicle. The interiors come with built-in electricity that runs on the vehicle battery. You can also place rain collectors on the RV roof, so your mobile base can collect water while parked. The mod is now fully multiplayer compatible, and it even works with co-op and split screen. That means you and your friends can all live inside the same RV if you want. It also supports a massive list of vehicle mods, including KI5 vehicles, buses, trailers, ambulances, and many more custom vans. As long as the vehicle is supported, it can become a moving base. Just keep in mind that this mod must be loaded in first in your mod list, and it's best to follow the guide if you added mid-save on a server. Overall, Project RV Interior completely changes how you play multiplayer. It turns vehicles into real mobile bases and opens up a whole new way to survive together on the road. And number 7, we have Drag Bodies Faster. And this is one of those mods you don't think about until you use it once. After that, you never want to play without it again. In vanilla Project Zomboid, dragging bodies is painfully slow. Clearing zombies around your base or after a big fight takes forever. And this mod simply makes the process much faster and way less annoying. With this mod, you can choose how fast you want to drag bodies. You can increase dragging speed by 50%, 60%, 70%, or even 80%. Grabbing bodies is also faster, and dropping them is much quicker too. This is especially useful in multiplayer, where large zombie groups are common and body cleanup takes a lot of time. It helps keep bases clean, clears roads faster, and just makes teamwork smoother. The mod works in build 42.13.1 and 42.13.2, both single player and multiplayer. It's also safe to add or remove in the middle of a save, so server owners don't need to worry. A very simple mod, but a massive quality of life improvement. If you're tired of dragging bodies at a snail speed, this mod is a must. And number 8, we have expanded Hotwire. And this mod improves how hotwiring vehicles works in Project Zomboid multiplayer. In vanilla, hotwiring is very basic. Once you meet the requirement, you can just hotwire almost everything. You can change the required skill level for hotwiring vehicles directly in the sandbox settings. This makes cars feel more valuable and adds better progression, especially on multiplayer servers. The mod works fully in build 42.13.1 multiplayer and is compatible with most other mods. It doesn't add anything crazy, it just gives server owners more control over vehicle access. One important thing to know is that the burglar occupation does not work with this mod right now. If your server relies heavily on burglar, keep that in mind. The creator might fix this later. Overall, expanded Hotwire is great for servers that want more realism and better balance around vehicles. Cars don't feel free anymore and players actually need to work for them. And number 9, we have Gyde's Trait Magazine. And this mod adds a really cool way to earn traits while playing in multiplayer. With this mod you can find magazines that teach traits. Instead of being locked into your starting traits forever, you can slowly improve your character by looting and reading. You can learn traits like Nutritionist, Outdoorsman, Handy, Axeman, and even Burglar. Some traits have negative versions too. For example, if you have Sunday Driver, reading the Speed Demon magazine can remove it. And with another magazine, you can gain the positive trait. The magazines spawn naturally in the world and you can find them in places like libraries, schools, bookstores, and magazine racks. Some rare traits are harder to find, which keeps everything balanced. This mod also has a lot of sandbox options. Server owners can control spawn rates, choose which magazines appear, and decide how traits are gained or replaced. This makes it very easy to balance for multiplayer servers. This mod works fully in build 42 multiplayer and is safe to add mid-save. Just remember that magazines will only spawn in areas you haven't explored yet. Overall, Gyde's Trait Magazines adds long-term progression, makes looting way more exciting, and gives players a reason to explore even later into a multiplayer run. A really fun and well-balanced mod. And finally, at number 10, we have Realistic Temperature mod. This mod completely changes how temperature works in Project Zomboid multiplayer. In vanilla, temperature doesn't really matter that much, especially indoors. With this mod, indoor temperature is fully simulated. Warm air can escape through doors, windows, and even small gaps. So buildings are never perfectly sealed. In winter, you actually need to layer your clothing, close doors and windows, and use heaters to stay warm. Hypothermia is much more dangerous now, and wet clothes will make you freeze very fast. In summer, it works the other way around. Wearing too much clothing or running around in the heat can cause overheating, so you need to dress properly and manage your body temperature. The mod also adds new heaters, both electric and propane, with their own UI and timers. Vanilla heat sources like fireplaces, grills, ovens, and even car heaters now properly warm you up. Large buildings like malls and hospitals stay warm while power is on, but once electricity shuts off, they slowly cool down based on the outside temperature. Player-made buildings are fully supported too. This mod works in build 42.13 multiplayer, and it can be added mid-save. It's fully compatible with mods that change the outdoor temperature, like cold winter mods. Overall, Realistic Temperature mod makes survival feel much more intense and realistic. Weather, clothing, and shelter actually matter now, especially in multiplayer.